Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Abigail if you're new, and I was born with a rare birth defect that affects my size and development, and I'm also tube fed. So, it is Monday for me, and you saw my video yesterday, or that I posted last, you know that we had a really busy day yesterday. We left early for church Sunday night and ran a few errands because I sold some diamond art. I ended up basically buying this, like, it wasn't a mystery kit. Like, I knew what came in it, but couple of the pictures wasn't really my favorite. It was kind of scary. So, um, I put it for sale, and someone that does diamond art bought it, and um, so I dropped that off to her yesterday, and then we went shopping a couple of places just to stay in town until church. And um, we had some really sweet moments. Sunday night was the dinner party for our church as a thank you for um, the 20 years that our pastor has pastored our church. And our pastor has been there um, a couple months more than we have. Um, so I was almost 6 when um, we moved here, and our pastor has been my pastor since then. And um, I thought of some really sweet memories to share and just some really sweet moments. Um, but um, yesterday after church, I went and got myself an ice cream. I recently downloaded the McDonald's app so that I could start getting rewards. Um, because after you get like so many points and stuff, you start earning free stuff. So I was like, hey, I want to get the McDonald's app and start earning like free coffee and ice cream and things like that. So um Sunday morning after church, I went and got a coffee, so I got some points from that. And then Sunday evening, I looked in the app and found out that I spent enough to um, get a free ice cream cone. Well, I can't eat the cone part, so because it was free, I ate the ice cream, and then we went to a restaurant and um, threw the ice cream away in the trash, the outside trash. It was Pie Pies is what it was. We have a Pie Pies, um, not where we live, but we have a town about mm, 20 or so minutes from where we live that has like a bunch of restaurants and stuff. And they recently, here probably about a year or so ago, built a Pie Pies. Well, we've never been there before as far as like to eat, but um that was like the closest trash can for me to throw my cone away because I can't eat the cone. And so we were joking that we've technically been to Pie Pies for the first time, but it was only to use their trash can, not to like try the food. So that was kind of funny. Um, Yesterday I had a leak. When you have a feeding tube, it can leak, and it has moments where it's fine and it has moments where it leaks. Right now it's a leaking moment. Or, yeah. So basically, I leaked through my shirt, and um it was like so bad that it was like actually cold, even though it's like so hot here. um so that was kind of a struggle, but it was fine. I stayed for the whole thing. um like I've said, a lot of really sweet things happened. um I also did run out of formula when I was at church, which is fine. um because I needed to switch the bag anyway when I got home, but I ran out of formula, which kind of like added to the backfire. Um, Being on a feeding tube sometimes comes with its challenges, but also at the same time, if you look at it a certain way, it is a little bit funny. Um, but I don't really want to repeat everything that I said in the last video. Um, and I don't remember everything I said in the last video. But basically, our pastor and his wife said some really sweet things about me, and I got up and said something about my pastor and his wife and everything they do for our church and what they've done for me specifically. That has really meant a lot. Um, our pastor and his wife really go above and beyond. Um, and like if I'm getting a gift from them, they make sure to put like candy in it instead of like food, because they know I'm tube fed. And it's just those, small moments that, it's just really sweet. And um the thing is, our pastor's wife said about me was also really sweet. And um it was just a really great time, and I actually got to surprise my pastor and his wife by saying something, because um they didn't know I was going to be saying anything. So when I stood up to say something, like, everyone was like really surprised. It, I know it. I know it doesn't. It pro- um. I lost my thought. Anyways, great. It wasn't really like a service. It was the preacher had like some points to make, and we said things about our pastor that he does that means a lot to us. And I think one of the main things that, came to my mind, when I started thinking this morning about um when we found out about my birth defect. One of the doctors, I think it was one of the doctors if I remember right, encouraged my parents to have an abortion, because they're like, she's probably not going to survive, and if she does, she's going to have a really hard life. And kind of the way I took it, like how the story was shared, it kind of seemed like the doctor was basically saying my life was going to be a burden on like my family and like everyone that knows me. But I can say now that I'm going to be turning 25 in September, and yes, I do have special needs and I do have health issues, and I do deal with things that I guess a lot of people would probably see as unfair, but at the same time, um I am probably one of the happiest people you'll ever meet. Like, I'm really shy in person, but like people that know me personally, I am a really happy person and I feel very, very blessed that I do have the life that I have. And I know that things like being on a feeding tube, there's some hard things about it, but at the same time, it gives me the calories that I need and the energy that I need. And sometimes the hardest situations are the biggest blessings. Um, and what I mean by that is, on one end, you have the hard things about having a feeding tube. Like sometimes it does leak, and there are things that, you know, I deal with having a feeding tube. But at the same time, it gives me the calories I need, it gives me the energy I need. It covers the formula I'm on, covers all my health like necessities besides I do drink water by mouth. Um and it's just I feel very, very blessed that I'm alive, that I get to share my story with people, and that people understand that even if your life is different, that it's still so blessed. And I feel very blessed to be in the position that I am right now, that I still get to be with my family and my friends and share my testimony with people, and to show people that you can go through hard things and still be a positive person. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.